Somebody was asking that when would India bloc take shape? I always say that it will take shape before closer to the elections at the center. And I have a faith that next elections the India bloc parties will fight together.
You're saying ideology should have a place in politics. BJP also has a very strong ideology of their own. So you
See, BJP basically is a party of traders. Traders were refugees from Pakistan. So their ideology is Hindus will rule the country. We'll have a Hindu state. Now, this is an ideology which I don't believe in.
how do you see politics today? What do you think have been the changes that you've noticed in your time that some good, some bad, if you could just discuss your journey?
I lament the loss of ideology in politics. With the advent of BJP on the national scene, the quality of politics has suffered. Money has become a major matter, major input of politics. It should not have happened.
If you were to tell somebody, a young person today who wants to join politics, would you encourage them to do so? And what would you tell them to, if you had to tell them three important things to follow?
I would not try to persuade anybody to join politics. Everybody must join politics on their own will. And when somebody joins politics, I tell them, then don't get into politics with an idea that you will get power and position.
And looking back at just your own political party, which have been the most rewarding and the most momentous, events for you.
Shingur is a landmark fight where we upheld the right of the farmer to hold on to his land. And ultimately we won the battle in Shingur. These are events which have established TMC.
Hello and welcome to the Statesman Talk with me, Deepti J. Verma. Today we are being joined by Saugata Roy, who's a member of parliament from the TMC. He's a veteran parliamentarian and politician. He's been in politics for almost 4 decades now, and we are being joined by him today. It's such a pleasure, sir, to have you in our studio today. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
I'm going to start with you've been in the TMC for almost over 2 decades now, part of the
Yeah.
TMC. How do you see its relevance and its role? And how do you see its role and relevance both in national politics today, beyond West Bengal?
I've been with the TMC since 2001,
One.
so that is 25 years. TMC has been the dominating party in West Bengal. After 2011, it has won 3 assembly elections in Bengal. While it has won the assembly elections, it has also won a majority of the Lok Sabha seats. This time we won 29 seats out of the 42 in the state. So 29 seats is a big number to play with. And at the national level, we have supported the India bloc. But unfortunately, the India bloc has not moved as cohesively as possible. But whenever other parties come in line and India bloc takes shape, we shall play a role in acting together to oppose the BJP government and to provide an alternative. At the moment, we are not a party outside West Bengal. Though we have tried, we have not got seats out of West Bengal, excepting in Meghalaya. But with 29 seats, our party will play its due role in any national situation.
There were always talks of, choosing Mamta Banerjee as the convener of the India bloc. Why do you think she should have that role? And do you think it would have been beneficial for the India bloc if there was a person that was like binding the forces together?
I think it would be very good if Mamata Banerjee could lead the India bloc. She's got an image of a fighter throughout the country. She has always fought for causes and she has no access to grind. She would give a proper shape to the India bloc and put it on the path to struggle against the BJP. Of course, this will need the support of other parties in the India bloc. So far, RJD of Bihar has supported Mamata Banerjee as leader of the India bloc. The Congress has been ambivalent. So I think it is for other parties to consider whether Mamata Banerjee would be the best choice, but we think that she would be the best choice for leading India bloc with a party behind her which has proved to be dominant in the state.
You think it'll come back together again when there's elections? 5 years from now, 4 years from now, the parties would join hands again against BJP.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Somebody was asking that when would India bloc take shape? I always say that it will take shape before
The next
closer
elections.
to the elections at the center. And I have a faith that next elections, the India bloc parties will fight together. Everybody realizes that fighting separately, we can't defeat the BJP-led NDA. We should not give any advantage to the BJP by dividing the anti-BJP votes. Today elections have taken place in Delhi. And I don't know what the exit polls are saying that BJP may win. If the India bloc parties were together in this election, we have supported, Trinamool Congress has supported Aam Aadmi Party.
But Congress
But
fought
if
against it.
the India bloc parties were together in this election, we would have a landslide victory. I don't know what the ultimate results will be, but I think that would provide an overwhelming majority to the India bloc.
Few of your speeches in the parliament have gained a lot of momentum and they were famous. Like, you've spoken about the fact that BJP wants to homogenize Hindu culture as India's culture. And, Indian culture is composite and it's not just Hindu culture. You've spoken about one nation, one poll, that you're against the idea. You've spoken about history being, rewritten or narratives being set. Why do these things stand out as things that you object to fundamentally?
I strongly believe in the idea of India as one nation, united beyond religions and languages. The BJP basically is a divisive party, and I fought in parliament against them. Even yesterday, I spoke in parliament against them. I have spoken against the one nation, one vote idea. I've spoken there against their efforts to saffronize education. I've spoken against their efforts to bring divisive laws like the Waqf Act, and I'll continue to do so. I think that we should take action which will unite the people, not actions or steps which divide the people, which bring out the fractions, which bring out the fractures in our society. It is very essential to fight for unity of the country. And I shall continue to fight for that ideal.
But the BJP, in its defense, when they talk about one nation, one poll, they say that it'll save resources, it'll save time. People are always in election mode in this country. Why are you against that principle?
BJP always gives this theory. They ultimately want to have a one party system or at least a presidential form of government. This is the first step. One nation, one vote will immediately cause fall of some opposition ruled states, of the governments in opposition ruled states. Why, when the nation has different elections at different times, why should we try to force all of them to have the elections at the same time? And these are not basic issues before the people. Basic issues before the people is hunger, illiteracy, unemployment, all that. We are not tackling the economic issues. Instead, we are taking up political issues which divide the people.
Okay, on those issues, how is the report card in Bengal like? Is Bengal flourishing in terms of these issues? Do you think it's come a long way? Do you think it's improving?
I think Bengal is improving.
Yeah.
We are having the Bengal Global Business Summit in Calcutta now. We are trying to attract investment. We are trying to highlight the achievements in Bengal, especially in manufacturing industries, in steel and gold. And we are flourishing. In the agricultural field, we are number one in rice production, and we are in the top in potato and vegetable production. The state has built up a big infrastructure for itself. Now, if investment starts coming, we can remove the problems that there are in the state, especially with regard to unemployment. But I think Bengal has done well. We have a politically stable
Come.
state, and to my belief, the law and order is good. So why not Bengal?
You've been an academic before you joined politics. How do you see the educational reforms in Bengal? Do you think education is given a lot of importance? What can be done better in that space?
Yes, I've been an academic, and I think Bengal is very good in academics. We have a large number of universities in the state. We have a number of colleges in the state, large number of schools in the state. We've been able to build up the infrastructure of education in the schools, in the colleges. We are trying to improve the quality of education in the state. The center has imposed its national education policy on us, which changes the basic structure of education, but we are having to make do with that. I do not think that the center's ideas on either the examinations or on the curriculum is good, but we are fighting along. But Bengal is still an advanced state as far as education is concerned. Our boys and girls are doing very well in West Bengal and abroad.
Bengal, even traditionally, historically, it's always been, a place where thought, like intellectual thought has come from, for the rest of India. Do you think it still enjoys that position?
I would say that it still enjoys a position. We are not in the same position that we were, say, 50 or 100 years ago, but still we are a leading position. Bengali intellect has always stood for values of secularism and national unity. Bengali intellectuals have never worked to divide society. And look at theatre, cinema, music. It's true that we don't have stalwarts like Satyajit Roy or Minal Sen or Ritik Khatak alive anymore. But our young film directors, they are doing very well. It's true that we don't have stalwarts like Utpal Datto or Ajitesh Banerjee or Shambhu Mitra in theatre. But still our young theatre directors and actors are doing very well. We don't have stalwarts like Hemant Mukherjee and Sholil Chaudhuri in the world of music. But still our singers are doing very well. So culturally also, Bengal continues to be a leading state in India, though I would wish that we develop more.
As a veteran politician, how do you see politics today? What do you think have been the changes that you have noticed in your time, that some good, some bad, if you could just discuss your journey?
As one who has been in politics for a long time, I lament the loss of ideology in politics. When we were young, we fought for an ideology. We had leftists as our opposition who also had an ideology. With the advent of BJP on the national scene, the quality of politics has suffered. And now there is less of ideology in politics, especially in politics in the elections. Money has become a major matter, major
Factor.
input of politics. It should not have happened. In our times, we did not think that we'd fought elections with money, but if you look at the whole country, elections have become very costly. You look at a state like Andhra or say Maharashtra, you'll understand how costly elections have become. This is something I lament. But still we have to fight this. There are people, committed people fighting in the political life of people, life of the country. And I do hope that we'll overcome the present lacunae in the politics.
And looking back at just your own political party, which have been the most rewarding and the most momentous, events for you, vis-a-vis just the party,
Vis-a-vis?
your political party. Which incidents stand out in your memory?
No, the
TMC.
what
Events stand out, like the journey of the party.
what events stand out are
For
particularly
for
the
TMC.
struggle for farmers' lands in Singur and Nandigram. Singur is a landmark fight where we upheld the right of the farmer to hold on to his land. And ultimately we won the battle in Singur. I remember the battle in Nandigram, where again farmers fought for their land rights, and where 14 people, men and women, were gunned down by the left front police when they tried to defend their land. These are events which have established TMC. And Trinamool Congress, I must say, has followed this principle that it has never fired on people's agitations. There has been clashes between police and between opposition parties, but never the police has fired. So these incidents I remember, and I remember the halo of the victory in 2011. We defeated the left front for the first time and formed a government with Mamata Banerjee as chief minister. These are important incidents in the life of our party. And having been with the party since 2001, important events in my life also.
If you were to tell somebody, a young person today who wants to join politics, would you encourage them to do so? And what would you tell them to, if you were to tell them three important things to follow for a successful journey?
I would not try to persuade anybody to join politics. Everybody must join politics on their own will. And when somebody joins politics, I tell them, then don't get into politics with an idea that you will get power and position. Be in politics to serve people in whatever area you can. And then, if you work well, you may well be rewarded with power and position. But some people get into politics to get to power quickly, and they are bound to feel disappointed. I always feel that ideology should have a place in politics. Politics is not a business, it's not a job, it's a mission. It's not a career, it's a life's dedication.
You're saying ideology should have a place in politics. BJP also has a very strong ideology of their own. So
It's an ideology that I don't
that you don't agree with.
agree with. See, BJP basically is a party of traders.
Okay.
It started as a strong party in Delhi, because Delhi had a lot of traders who were refugees from Pakistan. So their ideology is Hindus will rule the country. We'll have a Hindu state. Now, this is an ideology which I don't believe in. So that's why ideology is necessary. If you want to push the idea of secularism, then it will be a fight, ideology of secularism versus Hindutva. One nation versus a Hindu nation.
And over the years, are there any other political leaders which do not belong to your political party that you've admired or had a good relationship with, or you've admired them even if they belong to the opposite camp?
Of course, Jayaprakash Narayan, when we were young, we were not with Jayaprakash Narayan, but he was a truly dedicated man who never sought politics and power. In the opposition parties, I've admired Chandrasekhar, who was always a fighter for causes. Many of the communist leaders that I met, I admired. People like Indrajit Gupta and Bhupesh Gupta. People like communist leaders like Binoy Chaudhuri. They had dedicated their lives to politics. And in politics, it's always necessary to agree with somebody to respect him. So I respected a lot of politicians who were not in my party.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for this
It's
interaction.
very pleasant to
Yeah.
talk to you.
Thank you so much.
You have a style which brings out the thoughts in.
Oh, thank you so much for the compliment. Thank you for watching the Statesman Talk today. And if you liked the episode, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to all our socials. They are listed below.